I've ridden my bike throughout the Pacific Northwest, and nothing beats this place. The riding you can get in downtown or out in the mountains. What I enjoy about riding bikes is the adrenaline rush it gives me and being able to enjoy the outdoors with your friends. You really just can't beat that feeling.
What a pump track is, it's like a closed circuit where you have pumps and bumps and berms, and the idea is to generate speed without pedaling. It's actually, you pump with your arms and your legs and you generate speed that way. It's actually really good for fitness, it's really good for bike handling.
So in 2001, the Port of Bellingham was watching the Georgia Pacific plant shut down and decided to enter negotiations with them to acquire the facility, mainly because we wanted to open up the public access to the property and we wanted to get economic development going. So in 2005, we closed that deal and we started one of the largest contaminated property redevelopments in the nation.
It started to get cleared. You could kind of see some potential down here. We approached the port and said, hey, a couple things. One, we'd love to put on a festival down here. And two, we'd love to develop a bike park down here. And they were very receptive to that.
When we heard about the opportunity for a bike event, we wanted to be a part of that. We wanted to activate this site, and we also knew it would have a very positive effect on the local economy.
We start off with a pretty relatively small footprint for a pump track, but then the idea of having trails that came in from both Laurel and Granary Avenue actually was thought by Mike Hogan at the port. And not only do we just want to have a trail, well, let's make it something that's fun. So my friends in Eagle, Colorado, who are trail builders, had built these things they call single track sidewalks. So they're actually a trail next to an actual paved sidewalk. Kind of poached their idea, frankly, for a single track sidewalk. The next thing was adding jumps in this little skills area.
Yeah, the original pump track was much smaller in scale than what ended up. It actually wasn't much bigger than the one at Whatcom Falls Park, but as people got designing it and got creative, it just kept growing and growing and growing.
We came down here today because there's this awesome race that the Whatcom World Cup and the WMBC is putting on.
So many people showed up and it's awesome to see this many people at the track.
Everybody's out here riding bikes. Everybody's learning. My partner coaches mountain bikes down here all the time. And then we even see the local pros out here. Literally everybody is able to get out, enjoy the same piece of equipment.
I moved to Bellingham for the bike trails. I'm from Vermont. I heard there are great trails out here, and so I just packed it up and sent it across the country, and I've had a blast so far. I didn't expect a pump track and all of this stuff.
My expectation was more about sweet trails in the woods. I totally wasn't expecting this kind of mountain bike infrastructure downtown. There's really not any other spots in the world I feel like that I've been to where you can get this kind of thing downtown and then go after work, ride and grab a beer, and I'm loving it.
So Bellingham's really become world renowned for mountain biking for several reasons. One, we're at sea level, so our trails tend to not be under snow for very long. We have really good dirt, it absorbs water really well. The other aspect is we have 5 mountains. We have Blanchard Mountain, we have Chuckanut Mountain, Galbraith, Stewart, and Lookout, all within about a 10-minute drive from Bellingham. So in Galbraith alone, we have 70 miles of single track. Currently, we have 3 mountain bike manufacturers here, Evil Bikes, Transition Bikes, and Kona Bikes.
I do feel like this is a great feature to have right in the middle of downtown. There's food, there's environment, breweries, things like that, all fun stuff for everyone to get together, quick meetup.
This is my friend's camper. We've come down here to just hang out and have a good time. The mountain bike community is so awesome in that way that you can just walk up to anyone and they'll just be stoked about riding and share some pointers and tips. Everyone's so inclusive and it's really just fun for everyone.
I moved here about a year ago and I've been coming down to the pump track pretty much the entire time. This pump track represents the biking community in Bellingham really well, and that Bellingham does a fantastic job of supporting mountain biking as a sport. And I always see people doing trail work out here or working on the jumps, just having a good time. It's super awesome to see.
I think the best thing about these jumps is they're right in the middle of downtown, and you can get the amount of stoke you want at the mountain, but right in the middle of your city.
We weren't sure if 1 person a day, 10 people a day would use it. We had no idea how popular it would be. So in just this year alone, we've expanded the bike park. We've attracted a beer garden. We've attracted an ice cream container. We have more containers on the way. We built a grass area. We built a stage thanks to the generous donation of Peter Paulson. We have a basketball court down here, and this has become a skateboarding area as well. The Container Village brought in food and beverage into an area that wasn't going to see permanent development for a while. The idea for the container village came from a visit by Commissioner Bell to New Zealand.
So I was in Christchurch, New Zealand, and it had been devastated by an earthquake, and they put a container village outside of the town to do commerce. I saw this as a way for us to bring commerce to the downtown core, because it became such an iconic place for the city of Christchurch.
We're gonna go get some ice cream later, maybe a beer, so, well, that would be me.
So being next to the bike park is awesome. I mean, it's built-in entertainment for everyone, and it attracts so many different types of people, all ages, all demographics. There's a lot of people that come from out of town to ride the bike park, all different skill levels. So it's really fun to see people having fun, building up their skills. They can come in and have a beer when they're done, and bring their kids in, and take it easy.
We have 22 after-school mountain bike clubs that have about 450 kids in them. And then we have our biggest actual two programs are girls programs, which is something I'm really proud of. We have the Flying Squirrels and the Radical Rippers.
I've been in the Flying Squirrels for 2 years. It starts from second grade and then up, I think.
We partner with a local organization called Vamos Outdoors Project, and that's been a really cool program. It gets kids who normally wouldn't have the opportunity to go out on mountain bikes out on the trails and enjoying the trails. We have our 40-foot container, and we actually have a fleet of about 50 bikes in there, so we can have kids meet us here.
We work with Latinx students from Whatcom County and Skagit County, and we provide bikes, helmets, transportation, food, and then instruction for mountain biking.
The great thing about having this park so central to everything is that we have a ton of volunteers that want to come down here and help maintain and build the features that you're seeing behind me.
I like giving back to the community and just helping out because they build these awesome pump tracks.
The jumps behind me, I've helped a bunch out. Just the big line, the black line. Basically, my friends and I pulled our ideas together and started shaping things, and there's a lot of trial and error, but it all came together.
This park brings a lot of tourist attractions, and now that they're building all these wood features and everything, I think it's just going to get bigger and bigger and more popular.
The vision for my mural is all about combining the awesome pump track vibes with the mountain vibes that we have here in the Pacific Northwest. I'm so grateful to the Port of Bellingham for creating spaces of adventure and community building like the downtown waterfront. The name of the mural is Pump, in homage to our amazing pump track and all of the energy that comes out of this space.
I definitely feel like this is a sidetrack. I have work just down the way, and it's super easy to come here on my lunch break, get some exercise, and then head back.
When you look around here and you see kids riding bikes with the backdrop of the digester tanks and the pulp storage tanks behind me and the old buildings here on the site, you're not going to find a bike park anywhere in the world like this.